Hi, my name is Heidi Harrell, and this is my presentation of Antigone for Miss Deanna Holifield's World Lit class. Please excuse the way I say these names, pronounce them. I'm not too good at, but we'll give it a try. I'm doing my outline on Antigone and the summary of the major plots of the story. First of all, we'll start with the family. What it really was to me, just a big mess between a big bundle of family. So we'll start off with family. The siblings. There was 4 siblings of Oedipus and Jocasta. There was 4 children among the two, Antigone and Ismene. They were the 2 daughters, and then they had 2 sons, was Polyneices and Idiocles. Sorry, that's how you say it. But those were the 4 children. The 2 brothers had fought against each other, and ultimately they killed each other. Their uncle, Creon, was the king. He ended up being the king of Thebes. Once he heard of his 2 nephews being killed, which one of the 2 were supposed to be ruler, he decided that Polyneices would not have a burial, unlike Idiocles. Idiocles would have the burial, a proper burial of a hero, whereas Polyneices would be not, and he'd sit there to rot. So he made this law, would be the next major point. He made the law of Creon. It was very unjust and immoral. Like I say, Idiocles had an honorable burial, whereas Polyneices did not. So Antigone, she was very upset by this, and she believed that her brother should have had a proper burial. So she decided to go against Creon's law and decide that she would bury him herself. As her sister tried to tell her not to do it, for she didn't want her sister to, get injured or ultimately a death sentence. So, but Antigone, she was ready to accept the death sentence and ready to accept any consequence. So there we go to the next part of what happens, the consequences of it all. Well, Creon, he finally figured out who did this demeanor, who buried Polyneices when he said not to. So, one of his servants, had found Antigone, that she buried him, that she put dirt over him. So he brought her to Creon, and so that she did not deny it, where Esme told her to, begged her, please, don't tell. Then she somehow, in the mix of it, she wanted to take part of it, saying, I helped her do this. And then Antigone said no, she had no part of it whatsoever. So she was safe. So Creon was very upset with this. So he decided her death sentence would be to be buried alive in a cavern. Creon's son, Haman, was Antigone's fiance. So once Antigone was in the cavern, Haman was very upset with this, and he went in and saw that she was dead, and so he warned his father, if this were true, this were to happen, that someone else were to die, and then so he kills himself. So then the whole town becomes upset with Creon and hatred. Everybody, has hatred towards Creon. So everybody turns towards him, and then also his wife kills herself. In her last breath, she curses Creon. So at the very end, Creon couldn't stand it, and he ended up killing himself. So the whole family, this big mix-up, pretty much leaves everybody with a death sentence. And that's pretty much the whole plot and analysis of Antigone. Thank you.